in terms of pi. Okay. Hey, take a look at the worksheet you have here, converting radians to degrees and degrees to radians. I want to go through a couple problems with you. Okay, let's do one of each. All right. Notice the conversion they give you up at the top on this example. They say your degree measure over 360 equals your radian measure over 2 pi. Now, remember we said that 300, if we set up a ratio, we said that 2 pi equals 360 degrees, or this 2 pi over 360 would equal your radians over your degrees. So this is a bit different than what we had seen in the video, but this is the conversion I'm going to use. So it's a bit different than this one, but there's an example up here. And if we simplify this, 2 pi over 360 actually becomes what?
Pi over 180.
Good, pi over 180. So we got pi over 180 equals whatever our radians are over our degrees. So there's our proportion that we can use on all these problems. Okay, if you think back to, how many remember doing percents? Be like is over of equals percent over 100. Just move things around. Okay, that's all you're doing here. So if I'm using that, say, to do a problem like some of these you're going to look at and you know, because we've already figured out what 150 is using our unit circle. You may just be able to figure that one out. Okay, you may want to do it on your calculator. Okay, or excuse me, on or using this conversion. How many remember what 30 degrees is? How many radians in 180 degrees? Pi. How many in 30 degrees then? 6. How many 30s are in 150 or 180?
6.
There are 6. So 30 degrees is pi over 6. How many 30s are in 150? 5. So 150 is 5 pi over 6. Right? Right. Okay. So that's how I'm hoping we eventually get to, where we eventually get to. We could just do those in our head. And if you can't remember off the top of your head, you can say, well, I know that 30 is pi over 6, so there are 5 30s in 150, so that's 5 pi's over 6. Okay? Well, let's say like number 1 or 20 degrees. So if I have 20 degrees and I'm trying to convert that to radians. Okay, so I'm going to use my proportion here. Everyone plug it in. Okay, so we got pi, we got 180. What goes here? R for radians, and here? 20. So our degrees are on the bottom, radians are on the top. Cross multiply. 20 pi. I want to leave it in terms of pi today. Equals 180R. Divide by 180. And reduce. Okay. So those cancel. 1R is equal to, these cancel, 2 over 18 or 1 over 9. So 1 pi over 9 radians. How many can do that in your head? Okay, hey, let's think through it logically again real quick. 180 equals how many radians?
6.
It equals pi radians. 180 degrees equals pi radians. Stay with me for just a second, okay? That means how many 20s are in 180? 9. Right? So it's 1/9. Okay, 20 is 1/9 of 180, so we need a 1/9 of a pi. Pi over 9. Okay? He told you. Yes. All right. Hey, let's take a look at number 7. You can go the other way this time. We're going radians back to degrees. So number 7 says convert negative 3 pi over 2 radians to degrees. Okay. Can we use the same formula? Yeah, we could. You got pi over 180 is equal to r over d. Okay, we're going to replace r with negative 3 pi over 2. I'm going to attach the negative to the top just so it has a home. Okay, it's not just hanging out here. All right, and then our degrees there. So for those of you that struggle with cross multiplying this one is pi d. This one is, well, that's 180 times negative 3 pi over 2. If you don't know how to do that, remember that's 180 over 1 times negative 3 pi over 2. Okay? You can cancel and multiply straight across. So negative 270 pi. So that equals negative 270 pi. Yeah. Yep, now we divide by pi. So d equals negative 270. Remember, when you get to your degrees, you shouldn't have a pi symbol. Okay? How many knew it was 270 before we started? Remember yesterday? If you have 3 halves, what's 3 halves of your circle? 1 half is 180. So if we're going 3 halves, and it's not 3 halves our circle, I'm sorry, it's 3 halves of pi, which is, pi is 180, right? So half of 180 is 90. So 3 90s is 270. Okay, so try to visualize what's happening when you're going from degrees to radians, radians to degrees. Don't just like crank out numbers. Yeah.
I'm confused on like when you cancel out 180 and 2.
I just cross canceled.
Yeah, but why are you able to multiply straight across?
That's how you multiply fractions. Just goes straight across. Yeah. So just that times that and that times that. So you get the 1 on the bottom. Okay, any other questions?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said because everyone gets. Sorry.
All right. All right, rate yourself 1 to 5. 5, you got it? Okay. Hey, try these. We'll spend a little more time on it next week, but there you go.